Hey y'all, welcome to the Obsidian Theatre Festival Sister Cities program. My name is Alexa Sims.
What up, family? My name is John Sloan, and we are so thrilled to have you here. The Obsidian Theatre Festival is a new and exciting celebration of emerging Black theatrical voices.
And our Sister Cities program is geared towards youth like yourself from across the country, providing equitable access to tools and resources from professionals.
Our goal is to make sure that you can understand how to grow a career in the performing arts. And to that end, we're providing an original slate of educational content every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, wrapping up with our feature festival, March 25th through the 27th.
For more details about our programming, as well as our featured festival content, please visit our website, www.obsidianfest.org, for more information, dates, times, and details.
And welcome to the Obsidian Theatre Festival's Sister Cities program.
We look forward to you tuning in and having you as part of the fam.
That was it.
In general, especially Black women, we know how to laugh through our pain. Before crying, we're gonna get the business handled. We're going to find a solution first. We will save the world from itself. We doing it now. We can look at the climate now. We are doing it. So in that and through that, how do we protect ourselves? How do we also heal? It's not just about throwing it out there for people to see our pain. And in our first edition of this script, there was no final monologue for Lauren. And I was like, I don't want to do another piece where Black women are beat up and toe down and beat up. Where is the hope? Where is the, somebody made it out, and through that, she's carrying all these other people's dreams with her. So I was the one that added that from the line on, white women say, you know, my pain, like we're built for this. Because I was like, I've heard this. I have seen white women say stuff that I'm like, keep it to yourself. She doesn't know what she don't even know. She don't know what she doesn't even understand who she's talking to. She's talking to a queen. She don't get it, but that's okay. She'll learn. You know, it's that kind of thought process that I feel like as Black women, oftentimes we have to hush. We have to be quiet. We have to carry the community. We have to, you know, push through being literally devalued, dehumanized all the time, and still put a smile on our face, and still rear our children, and still feed our husbands. So that is what I carried even going into this. So the humor and the lightheartedness of Cleopatra, and then going into, but one got out. One got out, and she's taking the hopes and the dreams of all these women. That's why these women celebrate her at the end. Did you hear? Because that's how we are. We celebrate each other. Black women do it all the time. I was thinking about Taraji P. Henson. She does it all the time. So when people say Black women can't work together, they can't celebrate each other, that's a lie. That is a lie. So that is what this piece is about. It's all for me. And y'all jump in anytime. I'm just talking because no one said anything. So I didn't want y'all to think I want to talk all the time. I don't. So if you have any thoughts, please, you know, Brianna, Carmia, Alex, anything, jump in.
I will say that there is nothing like a Black space, y'all. There really isn't. It's something that you said, Jasmine, that kind of sparked it in my head about how we as Black women, there's just like this patience and this thing that is ingrained in our being, that we're like, all right, I'm just gonna let them talk some foolishness to me, and then I'm gonna assess, and then I'm gonna respond, because we know that we can't behave in that way. So I think coming and reading this piece, I agree with MJ. Like, once I read it, I was like, I gotta be in this piece. I gotta be in this piece. I don't know how, but I'm gonna be in it. But it's a piece of therapy because I felt like the words were just flowing like poetry. I also love the way that it's written, that's almost like it's in stanzas. I just feel like it gives a lot of room for the Black artist to be able to put their own articulation on what has happened in this person's life. Yeah, it's just, yes, a Black space. There's nothing like it. I've missed it for a very long time. It's been a long quarantine. So thank y'all. Thank y'all. You know, I was talking to Jasmine in our meeting, and I was talking about how something that I think is interesting about the way that this was cast, and it's hard not to look at this as a political piece because it is. I think that it's interesting and telling that the person that made it the farthest, quote unquote, is the lightest. And that's something that we see perpetually in our society, and colorism is a huge issue, and that is something that we should take note on, because I feel like maybe my character doesn't know who she is. I think that's also why she's reflecting back on these women that have given her so much, because I think that they make her who she is.
Calculus was the hardest class at my school. So most kids switched out when I wanted nothing more but to be in. I went to Theodore Gibson Senior High School, 4,500 Blackberries hoping to get picked. And many of us did. Jesus picked up some, rap, cop cars. But us smarty girls, we were the hope of our grandmother.
Great, y'all.
Doing good, like I should. Okay. So my name is Alexis Sims. I am the Associate Artistic Director on the Obsidian Theatre Festival for our inaugural year. And these four beautiful ladies are with us tonight. And they are the actresses in Black Women Are the Move. So we're just gonna start by just going around and doing a quick introduction. Please just say your name and we'll do your pronouns and I'll do the role that you play. Yeah, let's start with Alex.
Hey y'all, my name is Alex Leo. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Lauren.
Brianna.
Hi, I'm Brianna Hall. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I play the North Star.
Beautiful. Carmia, we're going in alphabetical order, it seems.
Hi, my name is Carmia Lowe. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Sunday.
Beautiful. And MJ?
Hey y'all, I'm MJ Rawls. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I play Cleopatra.
Amazing. So y'all, these women are amazing. They are like, in the audition room, we were just like blown away. My pronouns are she, her, hers also. I can't believe I forgot to say that. And I'm just really thankful that you ladies took the time to be with us and just took time away from your lives and your busy, busy schedules to kind of talk a little bit about the piece and what kind of working in the virtual space has been like versus working in more of like a real life setting. And then I've got a few questions I'm gonna ask and each of you guys will answer. So to kick it off, let's go in reverse this time. So MJ, or just a round table. It's open, it's open. You guys can just unmute yourselves. Unmute. We're just having a conversation. Yeah. We're all here. So ladies, you guys had how long to rehearse and to do everything?
Not even a week.
Not even a week. Yeah.
Not even a week. Okay, and is that like a pretty usual rehearsal time, or is that short or longer or?
A little short.
Very short.
Great.
I feel like it depends on what type of medium that you're working with. Obviously, if we were in person, it will be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But since everything is on an online platform, it's a lot quicker. You get the script pretty early, so it gives you time to like look over everything, and then like just go, 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 you know?
Yeah, because I also know for like film and TV, sometimes there's like no rehearsal. So, but normally in theater, we would have like weeks, like at least 2 weeks to put something together. So these ladies are amazing and we're able to craft these ridiculous performances in 6 days. So, wow. How can you guys just like give a little bit of like, how is working virtually for you guys? Like learning these pieces, this piece, building your character, building the chemistry, because you guys have great chemistry also in the virtual space. Brianna, go ahead.
For me, we had this awesome meeting where during a rehearsal, we just took some time out just to talk as women to one another about what's going on in the world, what our thoughts are, how we feel about our characters, who we feel they are in relation to each other. And that really gave us a chance to get to know each other as actors and as people. And that's when we set it off. That's when the show started to really form.
That's amazing. How like did you feel like that was like further, I guess, because even with those meetings, like you're still like how is it different from being, I guess, in real space? Because Carmia, you're in school right now, right?
Yes.
So you guys are having virtual and in-person classes?
Yes, we're hybrid for the most part.
Okay, so for you, going from a hybrid module to a completely virtual module in your class, what is that? How are you finding it's different? Do you prefer one to the other? Like, how are you?
Yes. We've been working a lot with virtual theater. Does it work? Can we do it?
Yeah.
And I was in a virtual show last semester, and it was very much like trying to explore. And I think this semester we're doing stuff with masks, which is really interesting because it's hard. We're just trying to find that connection and strive for that intimacy in whatever way we can. And with masks, you have kind of a limited facial view, and it's really important to see the mouth and the nose. And with here, I mean, we can't touch, but at least we can see everything. So personally, I do prefer the virtual platform for the climate we are in right now, because at least I can see all of you, versus us being so far away. It's like we're in the same space, but I feel so disconnected. It's not even giving the same effect.
Right. I feel like I should ask you a question, Alex, specifically, but I honestly can't think of anything right now.
I can go ahead and
Jump in.
I will say, and shameless plug, all of this has been made possible. Anything is possible under the direction of Jasmine Richardson, who was our director for this project. I feel that it was definitely, and I know that I can speak for everyone, that it was really, in Zoom, it can kind of feel like you're quite literally in different places at once, and it's very, very separating and also somewhat limiting. So it was really important to Jasmine and for the cast that we still had this connection as if we were in the same room having this experience together. So it really was cultivated in that way and in that likeness of having the same feelings as we were in the room and hugging each other and loving up on each other. So yes, I would say that is what made the experience
amazing. Does anybody else want to like tag onto that as far as maybe different exercises that you guys did? Or Brianna, I know you mentioned that initial meeting where you guys like just talked and like had a kiki, like as just women, human beings. I just said kiki.
When you describe it, that's what it was. So
we're here. So does anyone like, was there anything specific that happened to kind of create that physical intimacy? Because like what you spoke about, Alex, just now, that's like hugging and loving on each other. Kind of how do you create that in a virtual space where you literally cannot touch the other person?
I think what was interesting about Jasmine is that every rehearsal we started out with, well, she started off with, how are you doing? How's your headspace? And that's very important, coming into, a heavy piece like this. We've all been, and I'm pretty sure, or some of us haven't been in situations where, a director is literally involved in our lives. A lot of directors like, leave that crap out the door, let's get to work. Don't even care about what's going on. But like, she was like, what is going on? Because that will translate into your work.
Yes.
And so that's what made it more intimate. That's what made it more comfortable for us, because we're like, okay, whatever we got going on in here, we can bring it to the piece and not be afraid of it.
Yes, absolutely. Does anybody else have any other thoughts or piggybacking on that?
I'll piggyback on that for sure. To MJ's point, our bodies are our instruments. And so when we have tension, when we're upset, when we are happy, when we are excited about things, that changes the way that you come into the room. So leaving yourself at the door to become a character doesn't really necessarily work. You got to start from the basis of honesty of where you are and who you are, and then catapult yourself into that character that way.
Yeah, totally. I was like just thinking, it seems like in this COVID time, we've all kind of been like, I don't know that we'll ever go back to normal, the way that normal was, but I don't know if that's a bad thing, because it seems like I guess, like, what things did you learn in this process, in it being a virtual process in the virtual space, that are you thinking you're going to take with you to the other processes that you go into?
Well, so I know, because I'm doing a lot of like self-tapes and stuff like that, and like trying to submit as many people as I can. And even in the pandemic, I want to be booked and blessed.
Yes.
So
let's put it out there, manifest.
Right, booked and blessed. But you're learning how to perform in front of a camera, like in this box. A lot of us don't really get that opportunity because we're just in theater, like we just do theater. Maybe a couple commercials here and there, maybe like a little like pilot, like hello, but like most of us are theater. So we're always so loud with everything. And like, as you can tell, like I'm an animated person. So I have to keep everything in this box and like have it be more of an intimate performance and still get my point across, but in this box. So it taught me how to perform in a new medium.
Yeah, totally. It's like a hybrid.
Yes, it's a hybrid.
Anyone else before you just move on to the set questions?
I'm gonna go on the record and say, if I can motivate a mute and unmute in my blocking, I can do anything as an actor.
Amen. Amen.
Girl, I'm just saying that is the hardest thing to do, because it has no place in the piece.
Right.
But yeah, that was a challenge.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I guess like learning how to, or not even learning, but like, how do you connect something that's not at all related to what's happening inside to something that you have to do? So like in real life, I mean, this is real life, but when we're in person, it's like, okay, the director wants me to move this set piece, this prop from here to here. That makes no sense for my character. But now, because you've had to mute and unmute with intention, you're like, oh, I can create something to do that with.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, I'm going to start spotlighting you guys. Is there anyone that would like to go first for these questions? So the 3 questions are going to be, what's something that your character would want us to know that she doesn't get to say? What has creating this piece or working on this role meant to you in 2021? And what have you learned in creating this role or working on this piece in 2021? I guess the last question we kind of touched on. So unless you guys want to answer the 3rd question, we can just do the first 2. Yeah? Would anyone like to start? Is anyone feeling frisky?
I'll go.
Okay, MJ, wait.
I'll put myself out there.
Wait, can you right now? Okay, beautiful. So, you ready? All right.
Yeah.
Lay it down.
Yes, yes.
I'm like, I have my toothbrush right here. Do you need it? Okay.
Right.
Okay. So what is something that your character Cleopatra would want us to know that she doesn't get to say?
I think Cleopatra wants everyone to know that love comes in all forms. And it doesn't always have to be from another man. Sometimes we want that love from another man, and we're just like, oh, if I just have him, everything will be all right. That's my home. But we need to realize that we are home. We are love. So love comes in all forms, and you don't just need it from another man.
Beautiful. Amazing. Okay. Wow. Okay. What has creating this piece or working on this role meant for you in the times that we're in 2021?
It really meant a lot. I think I touched on this, when in our rehearsals, that as a trans woman, this is like my third time performing a piece as MJ. And that was this particular piece is very important for me because it was with all Black women, a Black woman director. So I really felt loved by the community and accepted, as me. And so it was just really, really important for me to get the word out, and to other TGNC folks out there that, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can be myself in theater and have a place. You can have a place. You have a voice. You're going to use it. Use it. You have it. So don't be afraid. I literally put myself out there. And, hopefully I'm receiving, love and, appreciation for it, because it is hard. It is very, very difficult. But because I'm putting myself out there, and because I'm doing the work, and because I'm letting other people know that, hey, I'm doing it, so I know you can do it. So I just want to be that little positivity for people,
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I'm done.
Speaking of light, everybody's like, unpin me, girl. I am done. Okay, wait, how do I do that? I don't know if I can. I'm just gonna go, who's next? Who's on next? Okay, Carmia, all right. Replacement, here we go. So thank you so much for that, MJ, for sharing that. And there is a place for everyone to be themselves. And that's like when we really create art. So Carmia, you know the drill, girl. What is something that your character would want us to know that she doesn't get to say?
I think Sunday would want everyone to know that it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to have people not accept you. And you should find a place where you feel safe. And wherever that place is, or that space is for yourself, that's okay. It's just, I think she would just really want to emphasize that your own comfort and being comfortable in who you are is what matters, regardless if they're like a family member or a friend or someone extremely close to you. It's about how you feel about yourself. And if you accept yourself, then nothing else matters.
You guys are really getting to me with these answers. They're so good. Okay. Yeah, all of that. And it's like so important for all of the people watching, since this is geared towards high school and college students, that the messages that you're giving, like, right? Like the messages that we're getting right now are so important, really, no matter how old you are, but especially like when we're growing up. Amazing. Okay. What has creating this piece or working on this role meant to you in the times that we're in 2021?
Yes. 2020 was a year. 2021 is starting off to be a year. And as MJ said, working with all Black women, I mean, again, I'll say I've never felt so comfortable in a rehearsal room in my life. Like, I just felt free to be who I am and be my fully authentic self, and to tell this story. Like, I just see my family members, I see my friends, I see so many people in these characters, and being able to tell that story, especially to younger generations. I just hope that they see themselves represented and they feel inspired to, even if they want to go into artistic venture, or if they just see a spark of their own, or they just feel free to accept themselves, that I think that's enough for me. At least I know that we're doing our job as artists to make everyone feel as representative as possible, or represented as possible.
Yeah, all of that. All right, ladies, who's next? Who's rearing to go? All right, Alex, Lugo, I'm gonna pin you right now. Okay. This is like really emotional, you guys. Like, you're amazing. Like, all of you women are really inspiring. Okay, so what is something that your character would want us to know that she doesn't get to say?
I would say that Lauren would want us to know how important it is to reflect on one's past, one's roots, where they've come from. I know that it's a huge responsibility, because you're coming from literal kings and queens, but it's important to carry that with pride. And I think especially in a time like now in this climate, which we've always known, but now the world is becoming more aware. I think it's important to keep that crown on your head and always continue forward instead of backward. So yeah, that's what I think Lauren would want to say. Yes.
No, tears.
Hi.
Okay, what has creating this piece or working on this role meant to you in the times that we're in 2021?
There is nothing like an all Black space, y'all. And I know that everybody has touched on this, but I really cannot emphasize that enough, especially where theater, the majority of the theater being made, directed, created by is white. Walking virtually into this room, meeting everybody, sharing our experiences, sharing our differences. It's not only educated me more in my off-screen, hybrid, in my life, but in the work as well. We've become vulnerable because we know that this is a space that we know that there's no safe space for us. We know that, but we've created a respectful one. And that is what I think that I don't know if I'll ever want to do. I don't even know why I put up with theater the way it was after doing something like this. So that's something that I will absolutely carry with me to the end of my days, for the rest of my life. It's left such a heavy imprint on my heart. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, the snaps in the back. The snaps in the back. Okay, thank you. Okay, Brianna Hall, are you ready?
I am.
I felt like the "Are you ready?" Okay, sorry. So what is something that your character, the North Star, would want us to know that she doesn't get to say?
I think she would want us all to know that every single person in the world has imposter syndrome. Every single person that you walk by on the street has felt like they weren't good enough for something or for somebody or to be something. And it's not true. That is a lie you tell yourself in your head. You are worthy exactly the way that you are.
Yes. Say it again for the people in the back.
I gotta say it again for me.
Say it again for you. Say it again, Brianna.
You are worthy exactly as you are.
Yes, you are worthy exactly as you are. What has creating this piece or working on this role meant for you and the times that we're in and in 2021?
Wow. So I think that it is this uplifting and this veneration of Black women who have lived their entire lives at the intersection of racism and sexism and misogyny, and have continued to thrive and have continued to be the moon. And here's the thing, is that the title of this piece is so empowering, because like Black women are the moon. They seem like this far away, small thing that people don't think about. But here's the tea, they control the tide. They control the ocean. They control the way the moon, or the way that the earth revolves around itself. We are so powerful. And for me, like, y'all have embodied that. And I'm so grateful. Holy Toledo.
That was amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'm gonna unpin you and bring everybody back. And I just want to add one more thing that I just thought about. I'm gonna multi-pin you guys actually. And I want to know for the young men in the audience, or for the men who are watching, for the, I guess, self-identified he, him, his, right? What would you want them to take away from this piece?
This is hard because getting very emotional thinking about it, because you know, you see all these stereotypes out there. The TV plays these stereotypes that this is what you need to be. Girls like this. We like to be submissive. We like to be dominated. We like to be all of these things. We like to be slapped around. We like to be told what to do. We like, all of this stuff. So it's like, that's getting that's getting drilled into your head. Like, this is what they love. They love this. Yeah, she crying, but she like this. She like this. Don't feed into the bullshit. Don't feed into the negativity. Don't feed into that. If you hold yourself up with respect, you should hold your Black queen up to respect as well. You know the saying, like, behind every great man, there's an even greater woman, and that's so true, because we've been through so much, and I will blame the media, because they push that, they force that onto you, and they really do control every relationship in your life. But don't feed into that negativity. Hold her up. Don't give her a shoulder to cry on, and don't take that shoulder for granted. Stand grounded. She's staying grounded too. Stay grounded. You don't have to be like this toxic masculine stereotype male, or he, him, his. If you're a transmasculine person, genderqueer, gender nonconforming, but still walking a transmasculine life, be firm. She's being firm. You be firm, and don't feed into the negativity. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Carmia took a breath at that. Anyone else?
I would say that you always have a chance to use your privilege and use your platform to advocate for Black women. I know, using my character as an example, I know there were countless people at that party who identified as male who could have stepped in and who could have intervened to help her. And they didn't. They weren't there. You are empowered to be that person for somebody. You are empowered to save somebody. You have privilege and you need to use it to lift up the people who have less.
Yep. Anyone else?
I want to say something, I'm just not quite there yet.
I'll go then. I think I would say find yourselves in this piece. Although it is Black women are the moon. That is a fact. It's a fact. And these experiences are being presented by women, Black women. And I keep reflecting on the one line that Lauren says at the very end, you know, every experience is different. Every experience is different. Not all of it is the same. But these stories, listen, hear them, take it in, take note, reflect, because this could have also happened to you. It could have also happened to you. It's something that I think from hearing, and especially the testimonies from my girls here, it's not something that we wish to isolate you from. You are a part of this. You're a part of this. These stories are as much about you as it is about us, and how we hope that you take that with you once you've seen this, once you've digested it, because it is a very heavy piece. It is a very heavy piece, and it weighs very heavily on everyone's hearts, especially now where it's getting harder and harder to breathe, it feels like. Although, like I mentioned before, it's something that has always been privy to our eyes. Everybody knows it, so it's kind of building up an anxiety of sorts. So please take this project as what I took it, hopefully, as therapy. It's therapeutic that we're able to tell these truths and be honest in this space. It's a privilege that I get to even tell it to you. So I hope that you'll see yourself in Lauren, in Cleopatra, in Sunday, in the North Star, because like I said, you are them, we are you.
Yes, we're all a lot more connected than we think. Which brings us to Carmia.
Ooh, I don't know. I can follow all that. I just kind of, I want to reiterate, everyone, anything I could have possibly said was hit on. It's just, we're Black and we're women, and in society that's seen as a double negative. And similar to what Alex said, this is also your story. And we are bringing an awareness to Black women specifically because we're often forgot about, and kind of going back to the question about doing this piece in 2021 with all of the coverage of Black death, men and women, and both not getting justice, but specifically women not getting justice, women not getting as much coverage or as much time or as much care, and just noticing that, recognizing that, and saying, okay, what can I do about it? how can I be useful, like Brianna said, with my privilege? And how can I help uplift Black women? Because we are your sisters, we are your friends, your mothers, your daughters. And we want to feel just as appreciated and valued as you do. And also, I want to say that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. You do not have to hold it all together for us. We want to cry with you. We all feel that pain. And we want to get through this with you together.